Thanks for being with us. According to some studies, 1 in 5 teens are showing signs and symptoms of a mental health condition, but only a third of them are getting any help for it. Today is World Teen Mental Wellness Day, and joining us to talk about this very important topic is none other than our resident health expert, my BFF, Dr. B. I've got him on speed dial. He's just incredible, and such an important day and such important numbers.
Yeah.
Scary statistics that our teens are going through so much, and a lot of them are not getting the help that they need. So why?
You know, there's really two main goals for a day like today. One is to educate, and one is to reduce the stigma around mental illness.
Yes.
Because those are still the two things that keep young people from reaching out for help, and that's why they're struggling alone.
Right.
So we need to educate not only teenagers, but the adults in their lives too, to recognize the signs and symptoms of mental illness, because the best treatment for mental illness is still early prevention.
Yeah.
So getting those signs and understood, getting them the help that they need. And then the stigma, you know, we've come a long way, but we need to keep chipping away at that stigma so that kids know it's not only okay to talk about these things, but it's important to talk about these things. And
Yes.
so, you know, we all have brains. We all have brains. And if you have a brain, you have mental health.
Yeah.
If you're talking about mental wellness, that means your overall emotional well-being. So this topic affects all of us. There's
It
no
sure
room
does.
for stigma.
Exactly. And the teen years can be so tough. I've got 6th and 8th grade girls right now. My goodness.
Hang in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what do teens struggle with the most? What are you hearing these days?
You know, anxiety-related struggles are the most common, but unfortunately, the rates of depression are also on the rise. So the sad fact is suicide and depression are among the leading causes of death in this age group. And then depression and anxiety can lead to other problems like substance use. So I'll tell you, Christine, the thing I hear most from teenagers is that they're feeling a lot of doubt. They have a lot of insecurities. A lot of them don't feel like they're good enough. A lot of them feel like they're not fitting in. And unfortunately, there's a lot of things in our lives that seem to tell us that those fears are true.
Yeah, well, I remember way back in the day feeling those things at my age, but now it's compounded by the influence of social media.
Yeah.
I think what that is doing to our children and this perception of perfection, it's just frightening. And most importantly now, we want to talk about some things that we can do to help as parents. And I know my 6th grader, I was telling him before the show, and I'm not ashamed to say it, like, she's going through anxiety. She's at a new school. She was somebody that stayed home because she went to a public school, so she was homeschooled for what were they, a year plus? We're only going to, I think, really understand the ramifications that had.
Yeah.
First thing I did is say, you can always talk to me.
Is
that the first step? Because I didn't know what to say,
Yeah,
but I can sense she's anxious.
Yeah, the best thing we can do is what we're doing right now, which is to talk about these things, get a discussion going. If you have a teenager, go check in with your teenager. Do not wait for them to come to you.
Yes.
Don't assume that because they look put together or because they posted a picture on social media of themselves smiling, that means that they're not struggling, right? So create a safe, non-judgmental space for conversation, and then be prepared to listen. Wherever possible, if you can relate or you can share something about your own, you know, if you're going to be vulnerable, they're more willing to be vulnerable as well. And most importantly, let them know there's a way to feel better.
Sure.
And that you're going to help them get that.
Right.
help.
What do you think about, like, contacting the school? Because I think that to some degree, you've got to let them know so they can get a counselor involved.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that was the right decision I made. But a lot of parents think, oh, do I need to involve the school? Just saying, I'm noticing some symptoms here of stress.
There are so many resources available through the school, and the school is the prime place where kids are going to show their symptoms.
Yes.
And it's where their struggles are going to be the most. If we leave them out of the picture, then, you know, we're leaving out half the team.
Right. That's a great point. And that's where they are 8 hours a day, if not more.
Absolutely.
All right. So what can teens themselves do if they are having a hard time? Again, they may put up the perception in the wall that they're doing great, but how do we get them to open up?
Well, we're talking about mental wellness. So there's some things teens can do for mental wellness, such as get exercise, get outside. That's important, right? Talk to family and friends, connect with a community. We all need our tribe to belong to. And then practices like meditation or just quiet time, you know, not having technology around. Those are things they can do for wellness. But if you are a teen who is struggling right now, then there are resources available to you today. You mentioned one of them was school. The other one is talk to an adult. Just get someone else involved. Let them know that you're going through something like this. Get counseling. That's really important to do, right? So you can also join support groups. You can call helplines. But I want to remind people that now we have a resource we didn't have before. You can just text and call 988.
That's
right?
what-
So there's
yes,
someone
they told
available
me,
right
yeah.
now to talk to you if you're struggling emotionally. And the most important thing I can say to someone who might be struggling is you are not alone.
Right.
And there are ways to feel better. I promise you there are ways to feel better.
Yes, thank you so much. You always make me and our viewers feel better
Thank you.
with your insight and your wisdom, Dr. B. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and as we mentioned, please, if you're feeling or your teen is feeling anything, you can grab your phone right now and text 988. That's 988, or call 800-273-8255. And we want to help you all and help each other navigate this very important time in our teen's life. And I'm glad that we have such an important day to help us do it.
Exactly. We're in it together.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much.